I just walked that courtyard like 10 times for that shot, but it's so cool. No one's down here right now.
Have a good day.
$3 Uber ride later, we are back at Kapu bus station for the 4th time in 5 days.
On our way to Oaxaca.
So we just got to Oaxaca a little bit ago, just checked our Airbnb. Let me take you for a little tour. Here we have the main common area. You have this nice big table for us to work at. Sam's editing right now, so watch out for that video. The person that helps host this Airbnb did our laundry for us. She was super nice. Check out this water dispenser. Just a little. So we're actually kind of on a tighter budget here. This Airbnb was say about 46 bucks a night. So we had some super backpacker budget lunch. Sam had instant noodles. Sam was grossed out by my sandwich. It always can't be steak and lobster.
Pasta in Mexico.
Some Mexican ingredients. I'm just gonna see what happens here. Because my wife requested it. And whatever my wife wants, she gets.
Happy wife, happy life. Got it.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Oaxaca.
Today we are heading to Monte Albán and we're gonna go see a bunch of Zapotec ruins. But first we have to go catch the bus and it's like a mile walk, so we gotta go now. He forgot the other lens and he's definitely gonna need the other lens. So he has to go back, but we are running a little late to the bus.
Forgot the lens.
But we really gotta go
We're
because we're 18-minute walk. Come on, come on, too late. Come on.
Cool. So we came to the hotel we were supposed to be, and as soon as we were about to walk in the hotel, some lady ran up and tried to give us a flyer and be like, no, the bus is over here. And it was kind of sketchy at first. Sam ran over to the hotel and they said that no, we are the original one, and it seemed a little more official. The bus we're going with is a Hotel Rivera del Angel. I know it's a terrible gringo accent. 60 pesos round trip, and it's 25 minutes each way.
Wow, we just got into the Grand Plaza here at Monte Albán and it is just incredible. There are ruins from 300 AD surrounding the entire plaza, which is like 200, 300 meters big. It's massive. So to give you a little background in history, the Zapotec really created this town, Monte Albán, during their golden ages of 300 to 900 AD. So this place has been around for over 1,000 years. And these ruins, you can just go up and touch them. It's just unbelievable. Most of what we know about Monte Albán today comes from hieroglyphs, which you can find all over this plaza. These grounds had at one point 35,000 people living here. The Zapotec in Monte Albán were some of the early indigenous tribes that had a separation of church and state. And it's interesting that it dates all the way back to over 1,000 years ago. They had so much of this modern technology used in their own ways with rocks and formations and the sun. This is so cool. I cannot believe we're here right now.
That's a leg burner. Whew.
You gotta do it again, babe.
Doing it for you.
This is not meant for people with short legs. Whew.
So this building behind me is significant because this is what the Zapotec used to see what time of year it was. So basically what happened was this tunnel behind me, twice a year, it beamed the sun's zenith down the tunnel and it hit this little sundial and it just let them know what time of year it was so they could keep track, and that's how part of the calendar was created. They were way more sophisticated. They were sophisticated. That, to me, that's pretty sophisticated, seeing how everything is built out of rocks here.
So these bas-reliefs are supposed to represent different leaders around Monte Albán that were captured and offered as sacrifices for the Zapotec people. And sometimes their blood was offered to the heavens or for fertility treatment.
So Oaxaca is actually Mexico's most indigenous city, and it all started right here at Monte Albán. The city was built somewhere between 300 and 800 AD and actually was abandoned in 1000 AD. The original name was lost in the sands, but the current name, Monte Albán, was actually inspired by a Spanish soldier from the Alban Hills in Italy. I don't know if he was the one that discovered it, but the current name is inspired from him.
That was way cool.
Super cool.
It was 75 pesos per person to get into the park and 60 pesos round trip for the bus.
He did take my tripod, not the end of the world. Some of those shots where they were making my arms hurt for a little while, but we have not eaten and it's 12:30.
12:30.
Beauty of having an Airbnb with the kitchen is you can go home and make whatever you want. So our rations for our guacamole, for our avocado toast, cost us 67 pesos, which is about $3.50.
El agua. Agua.
It's like the ice cream truck, but for water. After a much needed rest, being in the sun all day, and I had to edit a video, so.
Now, mezcal time.
So we're going to a place called Mezcaleria in situ.
And this is in the past, before the mezcal boom, the mezcales were like this, a mix between agave.
We're gonna try is called a Kerwinsky varietal. So all these different mezcals are different varietals of agave. It's the only wild agave that's harvested for mezcal, and it's also the only agave plant that is grown vertically. Super smooth, super clean, just get a little smoky.
Salud. Ooh, I kind of like that one. It's not as smoky as I'm used to for mezcal. Mezcal actually comes from Nahuatl, which is an Aztec dialect in this particular region of Mexico. And in Nahuatl, they called it Mexicali. It means oven-cooked agave. I guess that might be where the smoky comes from.
Okay, so the third one we got is called an ensemble. It's usually distilled with 2 or more types of agave. Now the difference between an ensemble and a blend. So an ensemble, basically they roast the agave together with the different types and they distill it all at once. Whereas a blend, as in wine, they produce the different wines and then they blend them together. I chose this one specifically because it's super artisanal and it's pretty nerdy as far as mezcal, tequila, and spirits go in general. I'm a bit of an alcohol nerd. It's a crazy flavor profile too. It's got some sweet notes. I'd say it's the smokiest.
Tastes smoky.
All right, so I have a bonus mezcal for you guys, but it's definitely something super interesting. The process is called pechuga, which means breast in Spanish. Why they call it pechuga? So essentially when it's distilling, they hang raw chicken breast inside of the distill, and the vapors and the steam from the distill actually cook the chicken. So the fat and the juices from the chicken actually fall into the liquid as it distills. It's definitely higher in alcohol. I don't taste chicken, even though I'm thinking about it a lot. This raw piece of chicken hanging in the distill. I actually had a friend help me pick out these mezcals and actually find this place. I'm gonna give a shout out to Andrew at Manly's Wine and Spirits in New York. The total for that mezcal tasting was 460 pesos, which is equal to about $24. I just want to give a quick shout out to our Patreons. They were the ones that made that mezcal tasting possible. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to become a Patreon to keep us on the go, we'll put the link below, or you can go to patreon.com/SimpsOnTheGo. Shameless plug. We're gonna end the night out here.
But unfortunately, we went over our budget, so that means we're going home and making some rice and beans at our Airbnb.
Tomorrow we're gonna take you on a Oaxaca food tour.
Hasta luego.
The life hack that I just found out a few days ago, when my internet cuts in and out on my Google Chrome, there's a little game you can play. And if you didn't know this, here's a little tip for you. And we have not used tap water for anything like brushing our teeth. And I thought, for the pasta water, since we have to boil it anyway, if I boil it long enough, that it'll be good. But I've been boiling now for about 15 minutes, and I get like this brown residue floating to the top.
We have to dump that out. We're gonna use purified water.
Are you resting?
There are